What is up, guys? Zach in here, and in today's video, I want to reveal some lists, 10 lists specifically that I have revealed to you guys, and I will reveal again that real estate wholesaling gurus and real estate gurus in general have threatened to sue me. And when I say threaten, I mean that word very lightly because I have been pretty much served papers. I've been threatened, bashed. I have been told I will lose everything for giving away this type of information to you guys for free. And then I will have bleep to pay. I know everyone in the industry. I'll destroy you. About 4 or 5 gurus have really considered and talked to lawyers about quote unquote taking everything away from me for giving this information because they're losing millions of dollars from this. And I would love, and I'm telling you, with every bone in my body, I would love to just explain the names and really share with you who these people are. But first of all, this is on my personal channel, so I'm saying this information on my personal channel. But I've been told, and I cannot, say these names. And it might seem fun, to say those names. But first of all, I feel like that's immature. And second of all, and most important of all, from my lawyers, if I start mentioning names and bashing names, I will, first of all, I can't get sued for giving you information. Like, unless it is patent secret information, I can't get sued from it. And the second part is I can get sued if I talk about a name and I start talking smack about them. They lose $1 million in sales. Not because I gave better information from them. No, only because I defamed them on this channel and then they lost sales from it. And then they could sue me for millions of dollars. And I don't sell you courses, so I don't want to do that. So I will not be doing that today. But what I can tell you is lists that I've talked about before, some lists that I don't talk about too much, and all these type of lists. I do want to reveal the list. I think that's my big middle finger to these gurus on this video. It's interesting, right? It's a very, very interesting one. And what I'm going to check right now is just make sure that the audio is working really good here. Just going to check that really quick. Do you want to check the audio on this and make sure this? Let's see. All right. Do you want to check the audio on this and make sure? Yep, audio is working. So sounds all good. Sounds all good. So one thing I can tell you is I want to reveal these are 10 lists that I basically give to everyone for free. And there are some you have to technically pay, stuff like that. But one thing I can tell you is I've been threatened, sued, all the like about 3 prominent people have tried legal action on me, and every single time a lawyer says, dude or ma'am, not saying, but like, you can't sue this guy for telling you to go. Like, let's use an example is not on the list, right? Here's one thing that's not on the list that I'm just telling you. So the tax lien list, right? The lawyer's like, we got to sue Zach. He's talking about tax liens and that's in my course. Well, did you come up with the tax lien list? No, I learned it from this guru. Well, this guru did it in the 80s. And guys, like, I'm telling you this information I give. I always have a book here, How Real Estate Fortunes Are Made. And I've had, let's say, subject to real estate wholesaling coaches, and not the people you think. Okay, this person is not even a top 50 coach when it comes to real estate creative finance stuff. So this is not who you're talking about. But some very, very low level, like less than 1,000 followers on Instagram type person has threatened me for giving out creative financing information for free. Less than 1,000 followers, just so everyone understands this. And they never threatened to sue me, but they kind of did. They threatened me, right? This is a book from the 70s, and I always tell this book. This book's talking about subject twos in real estate, wholesaling, investing. Like, I have books from the 60s. I have PDFs, quotes, everything like that, guys. These are every single guru that gives information out has gone through some of these real estate books I have behind me, right? And so this is what I'm just trying to say. Every single lawyer is like, well, you don't own a tax lien list, right? You don't own a lien list. So you can't sue Zach on it. They're like, shoot, crap, right? And it's always funny. So it just, but I've been threatened. I've been served cease and desists. Tried lawsuits, but they never really went out there because a lot of gurus like knew they were going to lose that. So they never really went out. But I'm just letting you know. So what I want to do is reveal these because these are lists that are quote unquote, when I get threatened by gurus all the time, I'm told to stop giving this information out because it is detrimental to their income. for being a coach. So what I want to do is my big middle finger is I want to give it to you. And I want to give you some lists that I've been threatened before. And this is really good because this is stuff that I've talked about before. A lot of these gurus have threatened me, even had YouTube channels, and Rick's been doing it for 20 plus years. Okay. Not patented stuff he's talked about, things like that. So this is going to be fun. So let's talk about it. I love trolling guru. I love helping the people out. My Miami Dolphins won today. Shout out to everyone in the Niagara Falls, Buffalo, New York region. Just letting you know, Dolphins won, and I'm not going to rub it in your face. But yeah, let's talk about it, guys. Let's really break this down. Let's really share this. And in no particular ranked order, I do want to say, so the first one is going to be like a really easy one. I think a lot of people are going to roll their eyes when they hear it, but we do have 10. So I'm going to break these. Some of these are really good that you probably haven't heard before. Let's go. Let's really get into it. Okay. So let's share these. All right. Number one, code violation. So a lot of you guys are like, oh yeah. Okay. So code violation is a simple one. We're starting off really easy, right? And so code violations, I've been threatened because these are secret lists in wholesaling guru courses that before me and Rick really went on the scene. And I'll tell you this straight up. There weren't any videos on code violations. Like, this is really sad for me to say. When I started wholesaling real estate 2016, 2017, there's no YouTube videos talking about code violations for wholesaling. It's sad, right? Like, honestly sad that like my dad, and I had to read books from like, where's one of these books that talked about it? Secrets of a Millionaire Real Estate Investor from Robert Sheeman right here. Like Robert Sheeman, he does sell courses and stuff, but mostly in 2006. He actually signed this book for him. Pretty cool. But shout out to Robert. I know he sells courses, but he did teach Rick a lot of stuff in one of the books. So this is a book from 2000, the year 2000, okay? And a lot of really great lists, landlords, stuff like that. Going to your auctions to find cash buyers, real estate investing, title, how to do financing on properties, right? A lot of really, really cool stuff on here. I'm trying to go to the marketing section here. I don't want to get into it too much, but like, this is stuff that's just been patented for a very long time. And this guy's learned it from so many other people. This is a book from 2000. Great book. I don't recommend it now because it's 22 years old, but like in the year 2000, this thing was insane, right? This is an old book too. Success in Real Estate Investing in the 90s from Peter Miller. Okay. This is a book from the 90s about wholesaling, right? This was a book in the 90s. Okay. And let me just give you some options before gurus try suing me and before I get this information. Okay. First of all, it talks about how to wholesale with inflation, deflation, taking over property subject to lease options, wholesaling, foreclosures, finding tenants, right? And just this is pretty much the Bible for for a lot of real estate stuff, right? And this is an old book from, gotta find the age of this one, 94, I think. 94. Like, so I'm just letting everybody know, like, the stuff on my book, these are all stuff that like have been code violations are all on these books, okay? So I've been threatened so many times from gurus for giving this because these gurus read that book and think no other person has, and they're hoarding that information in their course. And me and Rick make a YouTube channel and we talk about this stuff and nobody cares, right? I had like 100 people watching me for first 6, 7, 8 months, right? And I start sharing it and they start getting more followers and I start getting threatened, like this is stuff in my course. You can't do it. And that was kind of one of my first threats of lawsuits. I never got served anything from there, but like, it's just funny. And so that's the first one. I've been threatened so many times for giving code violations out, which is hilarious. And I do say before I give this video, it's just like a lot of the stuff, like I learned from these books from the 70s, 60s, 50s, 90s, 80s. It's amazing. And it's just, those informations kind of die off without me out here because no guru wants to tell you about it. And it's just funny. But even a lot of the closing, like the Zig Ziglar 80s books, right? Like I love this stuff. No guru can kind of own this stuff, but code violations are great. A code violation is basically a list that your neighborhood services, code enforcement department can actually go out here. Usually old lady calls somebody that has an ugly looking house and they're like, oh, the grass is too tight. It's an eyesore to the community. And they get a fine on there. And the cool part about these really properties are nasty or ugly. They get a list of them with tall grass, basically structural damage. Some of them actually have mold or mildew on it. It's insane. But what I could tell you on this right now is just like these lists, hands down, are free. You can pull them right now. And the most important reason why I go on here and share this stuff with you is because if you have no money right now, you can gain this information, use this list, wholesale deals when you have no money, right? Because the gurus just want you to buy a list, right? And they threaten me because you can't buy a list off PropStream. They can't make money off of you, or buy a list off Batch Leads or DMZack.com Deal Machine. They can't, because you have to do it for free here. And I give it out all for free, right? And obviously, I don't think that's the right thing to do, but that's what the gurus do. But code violations are the first one. And I'm going to go a little faster on this one, but like it's absolutely insane. Code violations are amazing, right? Next guy, these gurus are clowns, right? But I do want to share this, right? And I'll tell you, I'm not a lawyer, legal advisor, analyst, CPA, realtor, any of that stuff, right? I'm just a guy that likes wholesaling houses. Okay. Like other stuff, creative financing, lease options, stuff like that. But like, yeah, we got sent a really cool subject 2 deal, and probably going to take it over. It's a really nice one, but like mortgage at 4%, needs some work, but looks pretty good. Number 2, here's garage sales. And this is when people start, this is when gurus really start getting upset, right? Garage sales is a list of people that just listing their property like for a garage sale. And I have found, like, obviously not everyone's going to want to sell their property really quick, but like you really do the math on these type of properties and these type of wholesaling deals. A lot of them really want to get rid of the property, and it's really cool too. It's absolutely amazing, guys. I'm also posting a streamer link on here if you want to talk, any questions or whatever I say on here. But garage sales are insane because people just want to get rid of the property. A lot of them that want to get rid of it, they do a garage sale first because they need money for something, right? And a lot of people don't know, but like Rick back in the day, and I don't know if I'm smack talking him, but like back in the, I think in 2010, he sold, no, 2012, 2013, he sold a course on garage sale flips. I think he called it garage sale flips. We imported that, and I'm pretty sure it's in freewholesaling.com right now on the bottom right-hand corner. It was called garage sale flips, and really, really cool stuff. And I made him revamp it to give everyone for free, but this was like back in the day. Really cool. He shared how to do garage sales, and a lot of gurus out here still do courses on it, but it's an amazing list to be going after. And definitely one I highly recommend for success in wholesaling real estate. Garage sale flips. You can find garage sale leads. You just try to wholesale deals that list the property on garage sales. Of course, you do like 100 and 150 and you call them, like, good chance you're going to get a deal on here. So garage sales are great. We have it at freewholesaling.com, which is right here. But it's a great list, guys. Like it's not talked about at all, but it works really good. But yeah. Next here, we're going to go here and Facebook groups, right? I truly believe Facebook groups is probably going to be this is one of the most controversial one, right? And I don't want to mention anything, right? Because I don't want to get in trouble, but like a lot of people have threatened me, and more than one, and I really don't want to get into it. But like I've been threatened for telling people how to find motivated seller leads with Facebook groups, right? And it's really simple, right? Like a lot of people just go, like I used to do this when I started out in wholesaling, right? You just go to a Facebook group, so I live in St. Louis, so I live in Martin County, but like up north is like a really big city for wholesaling, Port St. Lucie. And I'll go to like the St. Lucie County, like locals group. And this used to be like 10 years ago, it was insane. And even now is insane. 5 years ago when I started wholesaling, it was insane. But I was like, anyone looking to sell their property cash? I'm looking to buy a couple more, and then just post it. And people get deals sent to them all the time doing that, right? And this has been something that's been done for decades, but like recently gurus have started selling courses on that, and I've gotten threatened plenty of lawsuits for it, right? I don't understand this because there's literally posts from decades ago, literally decades ago, of people just posting, we buy houses cash on Facebook groups, and I told people to do it, and I got threatened like crazy. So kind of nuts, but I'm not going to mention too much on that one, but that's the one I think I've gotten the most flack from people selling courses. But yeah, Facebook groups, insane. Next one here. I think people in the comments can explain that a little more. But like I don't have it on freewholesaling.com. I've just mentioned it, and I've gotten the most flack for that one. Number 4 here, guys, going to the bail bondsman list. Rick talks about this a lot. This is in freewholesaling.com. But you can actually get a lot of really good wholesaling deals, a lot of motivated seller leads from your local bail bondsman. Because you got to think about this, right? Like, we're not thinking about Dog the Bounty Hunter, right? But like people that skip bail, and a lot of times when you post bail and you don't have the money, right? So like, if I don't have too much money, but I have bail, it's like 100K, right? I might put up, my house for collateral, right, and equity. And the cool part is if I skip bail, right, the bail bondsman can kind of take over that property. And these are people that just want to liquidate and just get rid of the property. Like they don't want to sell it. They just want to get their bail out, right? And you can work with a cash buyer or a wholesaler, or you can go and, find people that are posting bail against their house and see if they want to sell it too. So it's kind of like a double whammy. Or you can find people that skip on bail and try to wholesale those deals with the bail bondsman. And then you can also reach out to the people that went arrested that are out on bail, maybe want to sell their house for quick cash, right? People that pretty much know they're going away, right? These are really good. And I've been threatened. Honestly, Rick's been threatened more than me on this, but this is an amazing list. And for a lot of people that come up to me and say, Zach, I've done every list imaginable. And I always say, like, did you do the arrest record list? Did you do the bail bondsman list? Do garage sales? Like, I can go forever. And I have not had one person literally ask me on a live stream, hey, I've done every single list imaginable. I haven't gotten a deal. Because I get asked that question actually a good amount of time. But every single time I ask that, I always ask very specific questions. And it's like, I just start at like bail bondsman, and like no one can answer that, right? And I say code violations. Oh, I never did the code violation list. Well, you didn't try everything then, right? And when you say that you tried everything, I take it literally. Okay. You're telling me you've did 1,000 arrest records, called them, and he didn't get a deal. And those people had liens on the house. Come on, right? It's the coolest part about wholesaling. It's like anything. Okay. It's very hard for me to find somebody that works out every single day for 10 years straight and they don't have muscles. Okay. Like it's very hard for me to find that. Okay. Almost impossible unless you're that guy that walks in there and like does nothing. But like, I think Kramer does that in Seinfeld, right? He just goes in there in the sun. No, it was the dentist. It was the dentist because he was making jokes because he converted his religion for the jokes. But the dentist did that. He just goes in the sauna. But like it's hard, right? It's hard to find somebody that fishes like, every weekend and then they come back and they're not good at it, right? Like you do something enough times, you're gonna be really good at it. So the bail bondsman list is a sneaky list that nobody really talks about, right? It's funny, right? And it's just a really, really good list. It's one that I do mention. I don't think I mentioned it enough because I really think for the average person, I like putting this on my personal YouTube channel, right? Because this is on the Zach and YouTube channel where I can kind of get a little more niched out on stuff because for the common wholesaler, y'all gotta just work on the probates, trying for dollars, like the bigger like lists. But like for the people that are like running bigger operations, and this is information, I call this the overtime, right? Like this is information I don't usually just give out, right? Because I just got the regular live streams, but like this is stuff I got extra time on this channel. I can kind of give it to you. And this is why I kind of like this a lot. But like this is really good stuff. So I think it's really powerful. But yeah, the bail bondsman list, absolutely amazing. And I'm going to ask this question. I'll go answer it really quick and then we'll get the other ones. But like, why am I even threatened for giving this information out, right? Like, what do you think they'll achieve? And the most important part, and the reason why I put this on is because I'm not here to bash gurus, okay? I want to give you information that I think is not talked about enough, that is information people try to hoard and not give out. But like, why am I getting threatened? Just so I can not do it. But the reason why I put this comment on here, because I thought this thought, and I'm probably going to forget it. So this is why I want to mention it. When you're like SMS text blasting, and I've get DMs all the time. There is these people on TikTok, okay? There's these guys and gals on TikTok that will show you, hey, do you ever get these texts for auto insurance? here's a quick template you can send to them, and they have to give you $1,000. And it basically, and they give it to you when you're SMS text blasting. And basically, how it works is, hey, you were violating the FCC TCPA laws of 1991. They get all technical, right? And so everyone gets so scared, and they think they're gonna give me $1,000, and I won't sue you for 5,000, right? And it's just really funny because the letter is for when you're trying to like reach out to somebody to sell something to them. But like, so hey, buy my auto insurance. Go buy these TVs. Go buy this pizza at the restaurant. Go vote, like something stupid, right? Like you're trying to sell something. Like I want you to give me money for something, right? Wholesaling is different. Where like you're not encouraging the purchase of or an investment of a good or service, right? I think it's funny, right? You're not encouraging them there. And so it's really weird when you read TCPA law, but like what I found is when people do that, especially when they threaten a lawsuit, especially with SMS text blasting or cold calling, it's a threat, right? The people that really sue you are not going to like they're not going to threaten you. They're just going to, right? So if someone's really going to sue you for SMS text blasting for wholesaling real estate, which I was saying this in the group, I don't have any case law or case studies actually showing or stating that. I have none. I have no person that received a text, they've sued the person, and they've won or gone through an entire like bench trial, right? It doesn't happen because it costs tens of thousands of dollars to do a lawsuit like that for just at most through TCPA. Even if you're doing something illegal, which you're not, it's like $1,000, like $500 to $1,000 fine at most, right? And those are really for like those scam people you get text from, right? I just think it's funny. But like, that's why I kind of want to put this up. Like, you're going to get, some people get threatened from texts and stuff like that. Just ignore them, right? Like if someone's threatening you for texting something, unless they actually give you something to sue you, like don't worry about it. I just ask all the time, someone threatened me for cold calling SMS. There's just people on TikTok trying to send you like regular stuff. And if you even read on it, it's like, it's kind of funny. But just giving everyone FY on there. So let's talk about number 5, right? Very common one, right? These are just probates, right? A lot of people have their little probate courses for wholesaling, right? We give it all for free at freewholesaling.com, right here. So yeah, probates are great. I absolutely love probates for wholesaling real estate. I always have. I've always been a big fan of them. A lot of gurus don't like when I share it because you can't make money off of telling you probates work. Like I can't make a dime off of you for telling you just pull the probates yourself. And yeah, like guys, you see, I have PropStream links, Deal Machine, batch leads links. I got links everywhere. And of course, like I'll make money on it, you sign up. But like I don't want to hoard good information from you just because of that. And a lot of gurus do that. A lot of gurus get upset they have it in a hidden course for probates. And we have a free real estate basically probate course at freewholesaling.com. So I get attacked a lot on it, right? And yeah, you can pull a pre-probate at like listria.com, but like I would pull it straight from the source at pretty much at the clerk of the court, and I'll show you how to do it. So it'll be pretty cool in there. But and guys, stay tuned to the end of this video. I am going to reveal a massive live stream we're doing. It's going to be our big hurricane type live stream on Tuesday. It's just going to be me on it, but it's going to be something worth it, right? And I don't know if I'm going to have power Wednesday or Thursday, so I've been planning an epic live stream, like epic value. It's including probates. It's including some other stuff. It's going to be really cool. So I'll announce at the end. So it'll be really, really fun for you guys. But yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. So yeah. 6 of the water shutoffs. Not threatened too much with the water shutoffs, but I've been told to stop giving that information via DM. Basically, always on Facebook Messenger for some reason. I always get the hate on there. But yeah, told not to do the water shutoff list because that is information that is patented. That is information that is not public. I just like the gurus go crazy on me. But yeah, the water shutoff list, I've heard it all from it. I get attacked so many stinking times on it. It's hilarious. But yeah, I get threatened all the time for it. But it's an amazing list. Really, without us and the information that I give, right? Water shutoffs, probates, garage sales, and code violations. Facebook groups are on there because gurus have Facebook group ones. But like the water shutoff list isn't talked about like at all. Like outside of our channel, like me, anything I do, anything Rick does, anything Flip with Rick does, like it's never talked about. And I think I don't want to get in a rant, but like it is shocking that like I'm the only one that talks about it. And there always is a reason. And I don't want to be like a conspiracy theorist talking about it, but like it's absolutely true. I'm the only one that ever talks about it. It drives me insane. I am the only one, but to each their own, I guess. But like, it's insane how you do that, right? And it just, it's insane. But like, yeah. So where do you pull the water shut off list, right? You pull the water shut off list from your water, basically your water utility department. So the best case, like where's my utility department? So if you're living by yourself or with a family or whatever, you have to pay a water bill, right? Just look up where you're getting your water bill, right? Usually it's the city of something, right? So, the city of Houston, the Houston, like water authority, like they all got different names, right? But like, it might be the Harris County Utility Department, right? Like they're all different names, but just call them up and ask for a list of all the properties where the water shut off for non-payment, or just a list of properties where there's no running water currently. There's different ways to ask, right? And you're going to get some hesitation. You're going to get some resistance. But as Rick always says, how do you beat resistance? Persistence, right? And I always think it's hilarious that like people will try to pull this list. They'll get said no once and they'll just quit. And you got to pull this. You got to ask for this list like 3, 4, 5 times, even go in person, and then you're gonna get sent this list, right? I think so many people quit so early on a list like this, but like you got to keep persistently trying to get this list, and honestly, you're gonna do really well, right? So the water shut off list, absolutely love it. Yeah, it's a really good list to be going after. You got to keep going. It's all at freewholesaling.com right there, and I always show you how to do it. Number 7 is the reverse drawing for dollars list, and basically the reverse drawing for dollars on pre-foreclosures, right? This is kind of a mix. I've been threatened specifically on this type of thing, but reverse drawing for dollars are pre-foreclosure leads. I somehow I get threatened a lot on this. I don't know why. Like, what am I doing, right? But yeah, just put sticky notes on pre-foreclosures, right? A lot of people get upset over that. A lot of the threats on this type of list is from people that are doing it, and it's working really well for them. They've actually been doing their market before. I kind of been talking about, like, I had honestly talking about this list for like 2 years. So people that have been doing it like a year and a half before I started getting a little more followers, they were doing it. And, it was just kind of funny that like I started talking about more and more. Like I started talking about more than once a month, and they're like having other people do it, and like I'm getting threatened. Like, don't ever do that ever again, or don't mention my market. Guys, I've been threatened before through wholesalers to, like, not even joking, like, don't ever mention this market again. This is such a hot market. I make all my money from this market. You cannot mention this on your channel. I've been told that. And if you guys go to my top 50 virtual wholesaling markets, 2 of them are in there, but I ain't gonna mention it. All right, I ain't gonna mention it. Yeah, I'm a little troll sometimes with this stuff, but I think it's funny. It gives people really good information. So how can I be upset over that, right? Like, how can I be upset giving people great information about wholesaling real estate? So putting a sticky note on a pre-foreclosure, driving around it, really good way to be doing it. Absolutely love it. So number 8 here is going to be the IRS and the credit card debt lien list, right? Very hidden list for a lot of people. This is a list not really talked about in wholesaling real estate, right? But I think it's a really powerful list, right? This is a list of all the people that are basically behind on their IRS tax payments. You could also add like the state revenue departments, or basically the Department of Revenue, or where you get taxes in your state, right? I get attacked all the time from this type of list, from people saying, "Oh, don't give this information out." I don't really get threatened to sue too much, but I get threatened to stop doing this versus the other 2 ones. But like the credit card debt lien list, powerful list, guys. People are behind on the credit card payments. They want to get rid of the property. Amazing list to be going after. Hands down, one I highly recommend for wholesaling real estate success. So the IRS and the credit card debt lien list, hands down, amazing list to be going after. Number 9 is Zillow for sale by owners. And I'm shocking here. I get threatened for talking about this list, not because specifically the list is like patented, because the company technically owns the list, but like I get attacked because, first of all, I cold call this list live. And a lot of gurus don't like that because they don't cold call live. And I've been threatened before, don't do this. And second, most importantly, a lot of people a lot of cold calling gurus are losing money because I'm telling people just to cold call Zillow for sale by owners. And a lot of these gurus gain money from telling you, if you pay me my 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 grand, I will give you the confidence to cold call. And I'm telling everyone, just call like 50 Zillow for sale by owners. Like just call them. Like you don't even have to get a deal, and you'll gain the confidence yourself. And they gain the confidence. They go in the coaching call with the discovery call with the guru, and it never gets sold because I talk to these leads, and I think I can do this myself confidently, right? Oh, you need to buy the 4,000 270 $1.111178 like dollar mastermind thing, right? To learn cold calling. It's just hilarious. But like I've been threatened from cold calling gurus to stop doing it, right? And it's always funny. So we're gonna revamp some of that Tuesday, which is gonna be really fun. But like the Zillow for sale by owners, it's giving so many people confidence. So many people do the first real estate wholesaling deals. So many people start wholesaling. So many people start cold calling. Really powerful stuff, and I think it's going to change a lot of lives. And I absolutely love it. Right? I think it's an amazing list. And then the last one's wholesaling vacant land, and this was a shocker for a lot of people, but I've been threatened so bad on this one from one specific person, and she will not be named. But I talked about wholesaling vacant land. I just literally put wholesaling vacant land, and I got threatened. And because somebody patented or trademarked the name wholesaling vacant land, and they put another thing on there, and I'm not going to mention it. And I said, you need to take this video down right now, or I'm suing you and taking this video and just destroying your channel. And I'm going to have all my lawyers up your butt. And I was shocked because like this person's got like 40 subscribers, and they spent like $2,000 trying to copyright wholesaling vacant land. And I'm like, what? I changed the one word on it, like, because I just don't want to deal with a lawsuit. But I was like, are you kidding me? So I'm not going to mention it, but I got threatened for talking about wholesaling vacant land because I thought they trademarked the name. They didn't trademark the name wholesaling vacant land, but it was like wholesaling vacant land or something. Or it's like space blank wholesaling vacant land, which is just like a word, right? Potato, wholesaling vacant land, step by step, which it wasn't that. But like I got threatened to sue, and they're going to like literally they were going to request YouTube to literally block every single video on my channel and like just take me all down for it. I'm like, I don't even want to deal with this. So I just changed the one word, but crazy, like stupid. Okay. So someone thought, and then the patent office is like, you literally can't trademark wholesaling vacant land, but you can do this. And they're like, all right. And then they had that weird thing. And I posted that video like 3 years ago, and then they trademarked it after I posted the video, literally 2 years later. And then they threatened me 2 years later. It's like, come on, it's like if I do a video called, how to find wholesaling deals with probates, and they patent the word how to find wholesaling deals with probates as their course, and they try to like trademark infringement with me. I'm like, these gurus find new ways to guru, right? Like, how can you be more of a guru than that, right? And she will not be named. Oh, she